Happy Tuesday here. As you can see, we had a winter storm come through, and we're gonna see if I can make it up to the garden. It's kind of icy with my rubber boots on. I'm gonna have to actually dig my heels in, I guess. I didn't realize it was quite that slick out going towards the garden. So the plan was to do my video today. Tomorrow is actually the 1st of February, and I'm planning what I want to do the month of February in my garden, and probably inside too, because I'm going to be planting lots of seeds. All right, let's get in the greenhouse where I can actually not worry about falling. Looks like the cat has been up here because that was not on the ground. Okay, so I have me a list that I'm going to share with you for February, and I do have lots of things I want to do in February. It is quite chilly out here, so probably going to finish this video inside in just a little bit. And I don't think I'm going to get my soil sampling done either. I brought little baggies out with numbers on them for my raised beds. Not sure that's going to happen today. May have to wait till the ice is gone. I don't know. We'll test it and see if I could actually get down to the soil, because I'm pretty sure it's below 20 degrees here today, and I don't know that I can actually get soil out of it, but I have the baggies ready. So one of the first things, of course, let's recap what we did in January. The chickens are like, what are you doing? So I've started letting the chickens out. Yeah, I gotta decide what I really want to do with them, but I'm tired of buying feed and feeding them through the winter and not getting eggs or anything, so I don't have a light on them or anything. So they have been eating scraps like normal, and then just getting out and eating everything. All right, so let's recap January real quick. Okay, so in January, we got these raised beds. Miss Pepper out here checking out what they're doing. All right, so in January, depending on what you planted in the fall, you could be harvesting maybe lettuces, cauliflower, broccoli. It also depends on where you live. You could also, in January I spread some manure on some of my raised beds. You want to go ahead and do that. Make sure it's not like hot manure. Make sure it's composted manure. You can actually warm up beds. Now, I've never done that before. So you could actually put cardboard down. Actually, I've put cardboard down, but it wasn't to warm up the beds. It was just as adding organic matter and helping keep weeds down. But you can actually warm up your beds by putting plastic down. Some people have, like, what is it called? Like weed fabric, but it's for gardening, and you poke holes in it and stuff like that. That would warm up your soil because it's black. So that's one thing you could do. Now in January, this book says that it said to buy and start seed potatoes. Here we don't actually start our potatoes until February, I believe, around Valentine's Day. Winter prune. Now I did winter prune my trees out there, which I showed you that last month. I pruned my pears, my apples. Actually, I pruned all my trees. I don't know if you're supposed to prune all of them, but my pears still need some pruning. My big pear, and so does the big, I think it's a tangerine. I'm not really sure. Check equipment. I checked my equipment. I kind of organized the end of last growing season, made sure I kind of cleaned up my beds and put my cages, cleaned them off and everything like that. Now this is kind of still a mess because I've got some redoing out here going on. I've still got 12 beds to put in. I have all the supplies for that, but as you can see, not really going to happen right now. So, and then to plan your garden in January. So I did plan my garden. I'm so excited. You guys, I am so excited to share this with you this summer. I cannot wait. I'm going to have 12 more raised beds in here. I cannot tell you how excited I am about that. I know. Okay, so February, if you did plant stuff, you could be harvesting stuff still. Those lettuces and things like that. I did not get anything planted in the fall, so I don't have anything to harvest right now. I'm kind of sad about that. So you want to start planting some of your seeds indoors. Of course, depending on where you live. We live in like zone 6B, so I don't know if we're about midway. We get some really weird... We just get some weird temperatures. Like, this is really cold. January wasn't bad. December we had a really cold snap, and but yeah, we got like ice. So yeah, it's great. So start your seeds indoors. I started as of time of this recording, I started my seeds for onions and some black peony poppies last week. And so I started 100 onion seeds. So we're gonna see. I've never started onions from seed before, but I had gotten the seed last year and wasn't able to use it, so I'm gonna try it this year. And then let's see, today's Tuesday. So this Friday, my plan is to start all my tomatoes and my pepper plants. And then the next week, when this video will actually come out, is my plan is to plant, I do have it grouped, and I'm going to be starting like my kohlrabi, and all that kind of stuff. Actually, I think, no, now I can't even remember what I'm starting. I'm actually planting stuff in the garden in February as well. So I'm not just doing seed starts. Actually, I'm going to go over that when we go inside, because that's where all my seeds are. But I'm actually going to be planting stuff in the ground in February, like those cold root crops, like my beets and stuff like that. So I'm going to start some of those. Plant garlic. I'm not really sure, because I don't actually plant garlic at a certain time each year. I have garlic that I got from my grandmother many years ago, and I just dig up some and I leave some of it in the ground and it comes back up. So I don't really plant and harvest everything and then replant. I just harvest some and leave some because it's in the same spot every year. So that's how I do it. I guess if you wanted a lot of garlic, you might want to plant in like a bigger area. So that might work. But anyways, so check your beds and add organic material if needed. So you can still add stuff. Like I have all my beds and made sure that my beds were not just dirt. So they all have something on them. If you can see through the ice, you know, these little ice pellets, then you can actually see I have leaves on top of these. So all of these beds have mulched leaves on top of them. Never leave your soil bare. So always put leaves or something like that, or cardboard. Back inside, because the battery on my camera actually died as I was talking. So hopefully I got everything out that I needed to get outside, because I'm back in. A little chilly out there. So I decided not to do the soil sample test because there's literally ice, as you saw, on top of the beds. So I'm going to have to do that later this month. I got like later this month, actually next month, because I'm actually filming this the last day of January. But that's what I'm going to do. So I do have a list for February to do. So I got plenty of time. I got like, what? A lot. 4 weeks. So I'm good. Okay. The other thing I'm going to do in February is I'm going to feed and mulch my fruit trees. And I've not done this before, but I am going to try it this year. So, in the bushes. So you can use organic fertilizers, whatever you want. What I have on hand is I have blood meal and I have bone meal and I have fish fertilizer. So I'm going to use those three, and then I'm going to cover that with some aged compost and possibly some wood chips or some mulch or something like that. And so that's my plan. I'm going to do that this month in February. I'm also going to, now I don't have to actually do this. I don't think I have a whole lot stored. Now if you have food stored from last year, maybe you harvested potatoes or squashes or pumpkins, onions, whatever it might have been, and this would be the time to check and make sure that those are still good. If anything is rotting, you want to get rid of those, feed them to the chickens or whatever you want, or use up the good parts in meals or whatever. So that is my February list. And then I told you that I was going to show you my seeds and what I'm actually planting in February as well. So we're going to do that right now. Okay, so I told you that I had already planted my onions. I planted these last week. And this is going to be in another video coming up. I actually organized all of my seeds by dates, and I'm going to show you that as well. So this over here, as you can see, my seeds are started in here, and I've got these black peony poppies up here. Now I only have these other two shelves with lights, and probably, I don't know what all I'm going to put. I think I might just do, actually this probably just needs to be one tray because that holds 50 plants. I probably don't need more than 50 tomato and pepper plants, so it should be good. So some of this is free seed, which I'm actually really excited to plant one of these. So these I'm actually starting this week at the time of this recording. I'm going to plant my tomatoes. I'm going to start my tomatoes. I'm going to start my lunchbox peppers. These are all pepper seeds that I have saved from peppers that I have purchased, or maybe some of these are actually seeds that I purchased, started the peppers, and I really liked the peppers, so I saved more seeds. So definitely do that. You can do that if you don't want to buy seeds and you have a pepper at the store that you really like. Buy organic and you can save the seeds, and then you have lots of potential for planting more. And then I have these pepper seeds that I purchased. And then when this video actually comes out that week, I'm going to be starting my kohlrabi. I told you about that. Now this is going to be a lot of stuff, so I'm definitely going to have to save one of my shelves for this. And then the week later, I'm doing brassicas, and I have it all planned out, which I've never done before, but I really like it. So this is in March, so I have these two to do in February along with the tomatoes and peppers, and then I will be done starting seeds in February, and then I've got some I'm starting in March as well. Well, since I'm going to run out of room, my mother actually has like a little greenhouse that you can put inside, so I'm going to set that up in the living room and probably going to put seeds in there as well. But that will work because it actually zips up and keep the grandbabies out of it, so I don't want anybody messing with that. And the cat. We have a cat, and she comes down, I'm pretty sure she comes down at night and investigates out of our daughter's room. So I'm going to show you now what I'm actually going to start in the ground in February. So mid-February-ish, depending on the weather, I'm going to start some beets. And I believe, let me look and see, but I think that might be all that's in here. Let's see, I've got beets. I love beets. I never used to eat them, honestly, but I love them now. This one is a new one, and we actually went to the HOA conference last year, and this is one of the seeds. Actually, this is awful. So I got these 2 free seeds, and I could not find them, so I had to buy. This is one of them, and that thing is huge. You can actually, I'm mainly planting this for feeding our chickens, cow, goats, stuff like that, but we can eat them too. And then this was just a cool looking beet, so I got this one too. But a lot of these, I didn't have to buy very many seeds because I have purchased so many in the past. And so this is just beets. We got lots of beets to put out in the ground. So definitely going to have those 12 other raised beds ready in February. I guess I better get on the ball with that. One thing I do want to mention, if you see this, there are actually 3 dates on these. So I'm actually going to start some of these on the 17th, the 24th, and then also in March as well, planting these outside. So I don't want all of them planted right away and then have to harvest, you know, all at one time. We want to do a little bit of a succession planting. So I do have sugar snap peas that I'm going to plant in February and March. I've got a trellis that needs to be done for that. And I'm also going to start some radishes in February and March. And then I believe the carrots are going to start in March and then again in the fall. These are super cute. I just got those this year. So I will have this video coming out how I organized my seeds. I'm really excited about how I did this year. I saw another video and they were organizing, and I already had these. As you can see, they actually have names on the top. I'm gonna have to reorganize my seeds and put them back in where they go, but this way I know when I'm planting it, and I can just pull that packet out, pull that little box out, and know what I'm planting, and I feel a lot less stressed about it. And I have a plan. Now I just have to figure out kind of where I'm gonna put it all, but I got a little bit of time for that, so we'll see how it goes. But anyways, that's what I am doing for February. Some of it I'm not doing because I don't have some of it. Like, I don't have anything to harvest in February or anything like that. But I do have plenty to do. So I thought I'd get this out a little bit earlier in February. That way, if you want to plan some things, you can plan some things. But if you have a plan and you like have your garden plan ready and everything, share below, because we always love to hear some inspiration for you know, ourselves and just what other people are doing. So be sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to be lovely lights today.